Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. Things are going pretty good. I actually, yeah, I mean they're going pretty good. I've got my check that I haven't cashed yet. I'm just like letting it chill, and because I make such good money, good money from tips, people are very generous around this area that I happen to work at. I'm not needing to cash my check, so I can just kind of let that check just sit there and chill. And I've got a goal of buying. My parents gonna sell me their vehicle, the one that I've been using to drive around while I deliver pizzas and stuff, and they're gonna give me, probably a family price, so it should be cheaper. I'm assuming than what the blue book, markup would be. So that's good, and that's a goal of mine is to purchase that vehicle, to pay them back. There's a few other little things I want to get, and just to save money in general, and think about I've got a couple ideas, but I really don't want to pay for like an apartment or even like a house or like rent. I don't like renting. I don't like the idea of renting like a place. I had an apartment for a little bit. I did it for a year, and it's just like you spend all this money every single month just to live in a place that you don't get to keep, or like doesn't, like, I don't know, like a vehicle you get to drive that thing around, like you pay for it, but that's why I like to buy things, because then when you can, it's yours to do with what you want with when you want to do something with it, if you want to do something with it. So I've always been very fond of like trying to I mean, essentially, yeah, camp or live out your car and work a job in the cities or something like that. And I actually did do that for a little bit in Arizona. Outside of Payson. Actually, I camped outside of a northern Arizona town called Payson, and I worked at Little Caesars. It was just inside, so I wasn't delivering or anything, so I didn't make, I made horrible money. Like, that's why I didn't really work, so I didn't make enough money. But if I were to deliver or even just waiting tables or something like that, at least the wages I'm making now, that would be sufficient to, more than sufficient to pay for a life for myself and other people too, as far as a potential family. So like, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Just like I realize, like once I leave my house and I go to work and I start engaging with people and I start doing shit, like I'm in a much, 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 much better mood. Like ridiculously so. Like it's so therapeutic sometimes. Just work, socialization, talking, like doing positive activities are such a simple fucking cure for depression. It's just nuts to know, like, just my life, I've spent so much time trying to find drugs and all these other types of avenues of escapism and coping and all this type of shit, and just like the simple, but just work, just doing straight up good fucking work, is very, and it's like the fact that it doesn't fuck you up, like, and also then like you gain resources, so then that's also good. And if you use your resource in a good way, then it's just like this multitude of positive activities that help perpetuate a positive future for yourself. So it's good. But I know that when I'm in my basement, like, I wake up and it's like I get really down sometimes living here, and it's, but just, having this job and going out to work and doing these things and just experiencing that contrast of living here at the house at 37 with my parents in the basement and all this and that, and then also like getting to go outside and see the world and see all these people and make some money and feel like I'm getting, moving, and my opportunities are opening up, like what I can do with other people, like relationships, all these type of things started to seem so much more possible and nearby. So that's good. I really like that, and it motivates me to want to, get my shit together so that I can figure out a situation that's independent from my parents. I mean, I love my family; they're awesome. They've dealt with me and my craziness for a very long time, so I'm very grateful. They've been extremely generous. Maybe a little too much. They'll probably agree that, well, that's my fault because I have a tendency to ask, and I can be very greedy with my needs sometimes. So it's fucking. But anyway, I do things differently, and I'm a 37-year-old fucking dude, so it's about time for me to fucking figure out a way to live independently. But this is the first time in my life when I've really, like, really, really been motivated, like, specifically kind of towards just that goal. Like, a lot of times I've had a lot of other things in my mind, but right now, like, me, like, getting a place and finding a female partner to spend it with and good friends and this and that, that's become more and more like my core goal that I feel like I need to figure out. Because, like, as far as like the humanity thing and the plan to save the world, like I feel like I've already figured that out. It's just a matter of formalizing it into the right format, so then getting it to the right people. That's gonna take time. I just gotta be realistic. It's a whole infrastructure, so it's not gonna happen overnight, and so I'm not gonna fret about it. I've already shared enough information out there for the world, and so if anybody else wants to use what I've shared, they're more than welcome to. Inside myself, inside my heart, I feel like I've done a good amount, and it's okay for me to take a little bit of a break and then focus on myself and my life and some personal things. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm still working on the project. It's just not taking the front and center like it was. So, and it's not been easy for me to do that. It's been hard for me to kind of like shift into that, because when I first started working here, like a part of me was like, oh man, I'm giving up on my dream, and I'm not feeding my passions anymore, and like I feel dull. And it's like, nah, it took me a little bit to like, just be. It's okay to live a simple life. Like I haven't been like, this whole idea, the project, all this has not been about me becoming famous or powerful or any type of fucking status or any type of bullshit like that. It's just about doing what needs to get done to help out the fucking world, and change things on this planet on a cellular, molecular level, in every type of way that we can. That's been the main MO. That's been my MO, is to figure out how to solve these problems here that I see all over the place. So, yeah, just me being okay with living a simple life and working a job and just making money and having friendships and doing simple things with people, socializing, talking, looking up to, purchasing or building a home, getting things for your family, going on vacations. Like, this type of shit is now starting to actually, like, yeah, it's okay to be, to want these things, to look forward to these things, and to work for these things, and want to share these things with others, so, and to be comfortable with that too, because like a lot of times, like even with me not wanting to be within a relationship,